Continuing my deep dive into Camp X. Now, I've been referring to it as the super secret spy training school built on the shores of Lake Ontario by the British during World War II, and that it was. But Camp X had this other equally important, equally cool function. It housed this giant machine called Hydra. And Hydra was connected to Bletchley Park in the UK. And that connection between Hydra and Bletchley was the most secure method of communication across the Atlantic for the Allies during World War II. I've talked about Bletchley before. It's where they broke the Enigma, did a lot of code and cipher work, produced the classification Ultra intelligence. So anything that contributed to that Ultra, anything that was going to be classified Ultra, anything top secret from the Americas went up to Camp X, and that's how it got over to the UK via Bletchley. So if Roosevelt and Churchill, if they needed to have a top secret conversation about something, some communications, went through Hydra. Any signals that we intercepted, German U-boat stuff, went through Hydra. The Allies had human agents working in South America because that's where a lot of raw materials the Germans were using, that's where they were getting it. Anything those agents wanted to communicate, coded, send up, sent to Hydra, sent over. So it played a really, really critical role during the war. 12,000 messages a day during the height of the war. It's pretty amazing. And a little tidbit about it, it used this encryption called ROCX. ROCX was super secure. It's believed to have never been broken. It was invented by a Canadian. Neat. And because at the time, the Allies, I think it was mostly the Type X, but ROCX, that communication channel between Bletchley and Hydra was the one they wanted to protect the most. That's the only place they used ROCX. And even though the spy training part shut down in 1944, Camp X got renamed to the Oshawa Wireless Station, and it continued to be used for those communications via Hydra right through the 50s, 60s, and I think into the 70s. Anyway, it played a huge role during the war. I thought that was super cool. I kind of really like singing stuff, so I found that really interesting. If you have any more questions, I'll do my best. There's a little bit on Hydra out there. I'll try to put a resource in the comments. Any other questions on Camp X, let me know. Otherwise, as always, I hope everyone is having a great day.